Yeah, hi there. These comments are for MF, and this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and you're also one of my students at California State University at San Bernardino, and thank you for completing this independent writing practice test number 10. All right, I'm going to go through your essay, make a few corrections, and then give you some overall suggestions and also a score so you can see where you are right now. Okay, so let's get started. So I would combine the first two sentences and say something like this. You might say, more than ever, education more than ever, education is essential for all people. And probably here, I'm going to suggest, to illustrate this idea, you need a transition between this statement and then the actual question. So you might say, so whether one wants to become a doctor, accountant, or a lawyer, here. And now we can probably get into this idea. So I think it's good to put that sentence in there. So more than ever, education is essential for all people. Whether one wants to become a doctor, accountant, or a lawyer, one will need. I'm going to say they because you're using people, right? Doctor, accountants, or lawyers that will need to attend university in order to learn the necessary skills needed to excel in the workplace. Then you say, some people believe that all students have the right to choose to attend I'm going to just say they have the right to choose to attend college. You probably don't have to say or not. Because if you say they have the right to choose to attend, that kind of implies, and here you want to, so you don't have a fragment, you need to put a comma there, then say, while others believe universities should be available just for outstanding students. I agree with the first few. Usually we'll say like higher education has to be, you need passive here, has to be allowed So I agree with actually not the first view. I agree with the latter view, which says that higher education has to be allowed for good students. The following paragraphs will discuss both my views and my point of view. Yes, this is organized. You have your thesis. Your thesis is organized around the actual writing prompt. Okay, now let's get to your next paragraph. You have the first side of the debate. The first side of the debate compound to that. It's not working. Your grammar is not working at all here. I'm going to be honest with you. You might say first. Some believe that all So some believe that an education should be available to all students. See, here's part of the problem here is I wouldn't discuss what the problems are. You want to discuss why these people hold this view. Because remember, what you said in your thesis is you agree with the latter view, which says that the higher education has to be allowed for good students, right? But you also said that you will discuss both views and then your point of view. You may say something like this. You might say underperform. You might say So I'm probably going to have to get rid of this, because remember that you're not discussing what the disadvantages are, but you're discussing why some believe an education should be available to all students. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm going to say something like this. So second, others believe that only the higher performing academic students, maybe we'll say here, should be allowed or should be accepted. Be less wordy there. Should be accepted in universities. So good students are always striving for their advanced education. Thus they can admission to their dream Okay, now here's where I'm trying to connect back to your previous paragraph to make a little bit better connection. So you see, unlike many of the underperforming students, these students, this group claims, are always striving for their advanced education. To their, I'm going to say dream universities. And then here, again, more comparisons. Therefore, they earn the right to get admitted into the more competitive colleges, unlike the students who don't study hard in their high school. Probably just stop there. I don't think you need to put that first sentence in there. You can't say I agree with. You don't need to have, I would just say I agree that. I agree that A, higher education should be available only for hard, you want to put working students. Now, you said for those two reasons, waste of their time because they may be repeating the level, and for students who feed financially by their parents, considered as a waste of money because they have to pay for their kids annually. Yeah, I think you probably have to develop these ideas a little bit more. I agree that a higher education should be available only for hardworking students. Rigorous demands of college. So if the underperforming students are allowed to attend college, they may not do well in their classes since they are not prepared for the rigorous demands of college. Consequently, I'm going to put this in here too. You need to develop, I'm just trying to show you how to develop this final paragraph a little bit more. So second of all, since there are not unlimited spaces for all students to attend the most respected universities, only the students who have earned the right to attend college should be admitted. Okay, let's take a look at your conclusion. Overall, good transition word. I would say here, I have always supported the idea that education is important for all. Yeah, I wouldn't say it like that, because you said I've supported the idea that education is important for all, but that's not what you said in this particular essay. You're saying that an education should be available for good students, right? I would say, although many support the idea that an education is important for all, I'm going to get rid of this one here. Then do this. Although many support the idea that an education is important for all, if the university is available for all students, the situation among, good word, among, the situation among the young people will be the same, which means we cannot differentiate, great verb, between the hard worker Okay, I think we have it. Okay, so as you can see that I went through your essay and I actually made quite a few changes. In certain paragraphs, I added some information, I took out some information in order to make your essay a little bit better. So let's read through it one more time. It says, more than ever, I'm going to change this to so an education is essential for all people, whether they want to become doctors, accountants, or lawyers. They will need to attend a university in order to learn the necessary skills needed to excel in the workplace. Some people believe that all students have the right to choose to attend college, while others believe that universities should be available just for outstanding students. I agree with the latter view, which says that, maybe put here, a higher education has to be allowed for good students. The following paragraphs will discuss both views and my point of view. So I think you can see that in paragraphs 2 and 3, I changed the tone a little bit in paragraphs 2 and 3 so it was more objective. First, some believe that an education should be available to all students. They claim that some students may not have performed well academically in high school due to reasons beyond their control. For example, maybe these students were ill, had family doctors, or suffered from extreme poverty, all of which caused them to underperform academically. Therefore, if these disadvantaged students are not given an opportunity to attend college, they will not be able to prepare themselves for the competitive job market of today. Second, others believe that only the higher performing academic students should be accepted in universities. Unlike many of the underperforming students, these students, this group claims, are always striving for their advanced education and should be admitted to their dream universities. In order to reach their academic goals, these students had to dedicate themselves in their high school study by choosing to take advanced placement college preparation courses. They had to do a lot of additional homework and research papers, and they even had to participate in a lot of extracurricular activities. Therefore, they have earned the right to get admitted into the more competitive colleges, unlike the students who did not study hard in their high school. I agree that a higher education should be available only for hardworking students. First of all, if the underperforming students are allowed to attend college, they may not do well in their classes since they are not prepared for the rigorous demands of college. Consequently, these students may fail some of their classes. Of course, having to retake a failed class is a waste of time for the student and a waste of money for their parents who may be paying the tuition for their child, who may not be prepared enough to tackle college level, how about maybe, let's say, assignments or coursework. Second of all, since there are not unlimited spaces for all students to attend the most respected universities, only the students who have earned the right to attend college should be admitted to those institutions. Then you say, overall, although many support the idea that an education is important for all, if the university is available for all students, the situation among the young people will be the same, which means we cannot differentiate between the hardworking and poor working students. Okay, now the question is, what is your score? Now, you can also take a look at a model essay. Here, you'll see this on the exact web page where I left my comments, where you can compare your essay to that one. And what I did too is I took your essay and I rewrote it to give it a perfect score. So I'm showing you the level of writing that you're expected to have at the college level. And I think that you are underperforming a little bit. Your writing's not... Okay, in this case, I think you're getting there. I'm going to put you in the 3 range. It says, addresses a topic and task using somewhat developed explanations, examples, and details. I'm going to say that's true. This kind of implies that you could probably develop some of your ideas a little more than you did. I think it's pretty easy for the most part to see the connection of your ideas, but I think your second paragraph probably didn't have the appropriate tone. It almost sounded, it didn't sound objective to me. It sounded more like an argument was being made there. It didn't sound like you were presenting someone else's point of view. You also had, as you can see, you had some problems with your sentence formation and word choice, and you had some sentence structure problems, maybe a few vocabulary issues in there. So I'm going to put you right now at 3.0 out of 5. That's going to put you at 20 points out of 30. Now, for the purposes of our class, 3.0 is going to put you at 76%. All right, anyway, thank you very much for completing this particular writing assignment, and keep up the good work.